Hey y'all, hey, it's me, Tracy, your favorite travel agent. And I just wanted to share something with you guys. Um, some of the things that I come across. If you've ever seen me on my live or we talked to me or you sent questions about being part of the travel business, because I'm always sharing with you guys why I started my business. But it started before my why, if that makes sense. Let me explain. A lot of people have been coming to me or saying to me or pointing out to me, it's not that they're not, don't want to be a part of the travel industry, that they don't think they can do it or anything else like that. It's not even the money. Their concern is that they land with the right agency. And you know what? I don't blame you. Before I started my business, when I was looking around, doing my research, because I'm an Army veteran, so recon came natural. That and the fact that I ain't trying to drop money for nobody and I'm not going to get what I want out of it, okay? Let's just keep it real. But a lot of people are concerned that they don't want to give their money to a company or be a part of a company that's going to scam them. They're not going to get what they need from them. They're not going to get the training, the guidance, the community, the support. And I get it. I get it. I was there with you. So, of course, I did my research. And while I was doing it, I ran a lot across a lot of them. A lot of them. To be quite honest, some of them were really, really cheap, right? And I don't know, sometimes when they was just too cheap, I'm thinking, yeah, you get what you pay for kind of thing. That. Or they were way too expensive. And I'm thinking if I had that kind of money, I wouldn't need to start a business, right? Somewhere in the middle, there were quite a few, right? But there was one that really, really got me, right? And it was one that I was thinking, okay, that fits for me because it was an original. That's what they said. And I believe it. And I found out to be true. Okay. It was the original online home based travel agency. And I'm like, see, the home based part is what got me, to be quite honest, because I was getting ready to retire before I became a travel agent. It was my plan to retire and become a travel agent or become a travel agent so that by the time I retire, I was already knee deep into my business. That was the plan. But I didn't want to go from a 9 to 5 to a 9 to 5. So the fact that it was a home-based travel agency got me. And then more research, because anybody could say that, right? But I found out some things. Number one, they were at the top of the top according to the Better Business Bureau. Check. They got something called the Magellan Awards, which I found was like the Oscars of the travel industry, right? And they had gotten at least 3 times before I even started, right? So I was like, okay. And let's not forget the home-based part. And then I did some more research because you can't believe everything you see online. So I talked to a couple of real live flesh and blood people who were also in the industry and had landed with the same host agency. So and they were extremely happy. So I said, okay, let me see. So I did some more research. I mean, when I say I dug deep, I dug deep. By the time I was done, I had all my little information piled up like in a nice little pile. And then I was gonna let it marinate. I prayed on it and I let it marinate. And then I came across my director in a TikTok. I was really looking for cat videos, but I came across her in a TikTok and I was thinking, you know what? She just said the magic word, travel. Let me pause. So I did. And I heard more about that same host agency. And I was like, there's a reason I stopped here. So I thought, you know what? That's going to be the one. Best decision ever made. Okay. Because not only did I find a host agency that I knew was at the top of their game, they've been in business for over 35 years. Now I know there's some that's been in there longer, but they ain't got that rep. You know what I'm saying? They that's my oven. They ain't got that rep, okay? Okay. But I was like, okay. I think I'm home, and I am. I absolutely love it. I love the training, the support, the tools, and none of that extra stuff. Right? Once I started with my business, they're there to take care of me. I absolutely love it. All right, and you know what? I did my research and I found out what I needed to know, and here I am. My only regret is that I had not done this sooner. I truly believe, even if I had done it a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, I still would have landed with this host agency because they're simply the best. When I say original, I do mean original. There's a lot of them out there, but they're not like us. They're not. They just cannot be. Okay. So me, I'm a little petty. Why would I join number 2 in line, number 15 on the list, when I could be with the number 1, the original home-based travel agency? So I say to all of you out there who are looking for, you know, the best host agency, or you're trying to make sure you land in the right place, right? I understand. Do the research. I want you to do the research. And one thing that you could do is to go ahead, go to my profile, click that link in my profile. Find out what I already know about this host agency. It's in video 3, by the way. There's a lot of videos over there. There's 8. You ain't got to watch all of them. You ain't got to watch them in order. But if you really are concerned about who you do business with, and you should be, because that is important, go to video 3. Learn about my host agency. Learn why I am happy about where I landed when building my travel business. I mean, I don't think I would have been happier anywhere else. Now, I'm not bad mouthing any others, but I know that I landed in the right place with the right host agency. And I believe if you go and get that information, you're going to agree with me. But if not, you would have done your research, right? This is just me keeping it real on the fly. Like I said, I don't script nothing. All right. So go ahead, go to my profile, click that link. Now, the first one, you're going to have to give me your name and your email address, because I ain't letting anybody up in here. Because look, I'm choosy about who I work with. And then once you do that, it's going to say, take me to the workshop. And I will. Don't forget that code, TNight5602. Then go over, because they're going to let you in, put your first name, an email address, and that code, TNight5602. They're going to let you into the travel agent workshop. You're going to find out so much more about my host agency and the travel business. You will have done some serious research, because they're going to tell you everything you need to know and more to help you decide if this business, this host agency, is the right fit for you. Okay? Don't say I didn't tell you. Okay? Because I did. Hit that profile. Hit that link in my profile. Find out what I found out and why I'm so happy to be where I am. So y'all take it easy and do your research. But I already know where you're going to end up. I'll talk to you later. Bye.